Oh, well, goodness. It says here that if I... Well, okay, I guess I can do it that way. I don't know. Oh, hi! Hi there! Oh, it's nice to see you. I was just sitting here kind of going over this book here that I got the other day. And, well, okay, whatever. Hey, it's me, Flower Child, and I bet you thought the light was reflecting the green on me, but no, I am green today. I am green. It's a skin. I'll show you in just a second. Well, I'll show you right now. So, this green skin is actually fun. And it's one of the skins I earned for something, for some achievement called the Taskmaster's Banner. And I don't know, from the Balsanar Conqueror achievement. Anyways, I think it's kind of cool. I figured for a day I'd be a green person, a green elf, I guess. I don't know, why not? It's ESO, and it gets kind of boring to always be, you know, something. It's just fun to go into a little bit of the crazy fantasy. All right, look, I want to show you my new outfit, though. If I can get into the light somewhere. Oh, I'll come right here. This will be good. Look at my new outfit. I know. New outfit. What do I care about a new outfit? Well, it's one of our motifs. It's called the Silver Rose motif that was available in the marketplace on promotion. And so I went ahead and got that and made the medium armor with it. And I think it's pretty cool looking, actually. And I think the chest, though, the chest is the heavy armor, but everything else is medium. And then, of course, my staff is the same thing in the rose, silver rose motif. So that's new. I think it's cool. All right. Anyways, hey, you guys, it's me, Flower Child 567. I know you know it's me. And thank you for tuning in to the Tamriel Storyteller Hour. We've got another adventure today with the Vivec, 36 Vivec lessons. I know, right? And we're only on lesson 14. So we're not even halfway through, but I think after today we will be. All right, let's go ahead and light our candles here and open our armature and bring out our apocryphal tome. Now I'm ready to begin. I'm officially ready to begin. Nice. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, so, hey, I want to go somewhere. I want to go, I've been going into Vardenfell and just kind of finding locations across that map. So let's see where I want to go. Let's see. I think we'll go right about there, right there. Yep, that's the place. That's where we're gonna go. And then let me give you a blessing, because you need, we're gonna transmute. Well, not really. We're going to go from one location. We're gonna geolocate. Translocate. I don't know what the hell. So let me get you blessed with some of that pixie dust, right? Because I know you need some of that pixie dust. Where is it? Glimmer dust. I got my glimmer dust back. If I can find it here. Oh my gosh. There we go. All right, come here close. Come here. Get my glimmer dust so you can fly with me just like... Yeah, there we go. All right, now let's open up that portal. And so we can travel. I don't know where we're going to travel to. But let's bring up the map, okay? and look in Vardenfell. And I think we're gonna go, I think we'll go just outside of, outside of Vivec City, if I can get my map to cooperate with me. Yeah, look at that. Isn't that weird? All right, let's go there. Oops, dang it. Sometimes maps are weird, aren't they? Oops. I'm gonna go here. Maybe it doesn't want me to go there. There we go. All right. Let's head on over. I hope you're having a great Friday so far. I'm having a really awesome Friday. And thank you for tuning in. I really, really do appreciate it. And, yeah. Okay. Yeah, so here we are. We're outside of the city. We're at that way shrine that's just outside of it when you first come to Vardenfell. And you have to, if this is where you open up all your questing, then you come out here and you start gathering together your wood and other things like that. I think I'm going to come over here because for those of you who don't know it, I'm sure you already know it, so this is probably a moot point. But here is where the, this is where the event, where events are to start them. But I gotta find a location where I can stand without being attacked. Let's go here. Oh, I'm out in daylight. Now you can see my dark skin. Oh, these cliff dwellers are something else, aren't they? Let's see, where can I go that I won't be attacked? Maybe this is not so good. Oh, let's just go up here. How about that? Okay, I think this will be a good location. I just thought you might enjoy the view while I read. So get comfy, because we're going to start reading. And we're continuing with our 36 lessons of Vivec, and we're on the sermon number 14, of course, written by Vivec, and continues his saga with Moloch Baal, which is really interesting. So ready? Here we go. Vivec lay with Moloch Baal for 80 days and ate, though headless. And in that time the prince placed the warrior poet's feet back and filled them with the blood of Daedra. In this way, Vivec's giant form remained forever harmless to good earth. The pomegranate bouquet brought many spirits back from the dead, so that the sons and daughters of the union had much to eat besides fruit. The Duke of Scamps came while the bouquet or the banquet was still underway, and Moloch Baal looked on the 7 penance with anger. The king of rape had become necessary, and therefore troubled for the rest of his time. His legions and Kuutas fell into open war. The children of Moloch Baal and Vivec were too elaborate in power and form. The Duke of Scamps therefore became a lesser king, as did all his own children. And Moloch Baal said to them, "You are the sons of liars, dogs, and wolf-headed women. They have been useless to summon ever since." And the Holy One returned at last, Vec, golden with wisdom. His head found its body had been tenderly used. And he mentioned this to Moloch Baal, who told him that he should thank the barons of Move Like This For I have yet to learn how to refine my rapture. Oh, well, actually, I think Vivec is saying this, not Malik Ball. So let's rewind. For I have yet to learn how to refine my rapture. My love is accidentally shaped like a spear. So Vivec, who had a grain of Ahim's mercy, set about to teach Molag Bal in the ways of belly magic. They took their spears out and compared them. Vivec bit new words onto the king of rapes so that it might give more than ruin to the uninitiated. This has since become a forbidden ritual, though people still practice it in secret. Here is why. The Velathian demons and monsters that were watching all took out their own spears. There was much biting, and the earth became wet, and this was the last launch, the last laugh of Molag Bal. Watch as the earth shall crack, heavy with so much power that should have been forever unalike. Then that stretch of badlands that had been the site of the marriage, fragmented and through fire, and a race that is no more, but that was terrible at the time to behold, came forth. Born of the biters, that is all they did, and they ran amuck across the lands of Veloth and even to the shores of Red Mountain. But Vivec made of his spear a more terrible thing. From a secret he had bitten off from the king of rape, and so he sent Molag Bal tumbling into the crack of the biters and swore forever that he would not deem the king beautiful ever again. Vivec wept as he slew all those around him with his terrible new spear. He named it Muatra, which is milk taker, and even the Chimeri mystics knew his fury. Anyone struck by Vivec at this time turned barren and withered into bone shapes. The path of bones became a sentence for the stars to read, and the heavens have never known children since. Vivec hunted down the biters one by one and all their progeny, and he killed them all by means of the 9 apertures, and the wise still hide theirs from a Muatra. The ending of the words is Alm Savi. Wow, that's kind of an interesting story. Think about it. Well, we know that marriage to Vivec and Molag Bal meant killing, murder, right? You murdered the person, and so you married the person. And so there was some kind of a ritual union that took place. I kind of think of it as like when the wood elves, the Bosmer, where they eat their enemies they kill, right? To take on the power of their slain enemies, and then of their eldership, those who are important, and some of their important family members, when they die, they consume them also as an all honoring and a respect. That's part of the Green Pact, right? For those of you who watch the Green Pact role play on Wednesdays, you've probably already learned this, and also some of the lore I read back in July on the Wood Elves. But this whole sermon that Vivec is given, the last 2 or 3 sermons that we've listened to, are all about how he considered murder to be a marriage. And I think it had to do with the marriage of the spirit. You're taking someone's soul, so to speak. When you kill them, you're taking their soul away from them. So I don't know. Maybe that's it. Now, you know, spears are symbolic of something else. I think it's interesting that they're biters of spears. I'm not going to go into any of that analysis of what I think metaphorically it might mean, because it might show how warped my mind is. But we're just going to continue on. So I'm going to run over here to a new location as we read the next. Gosh, you know, I'll tell you what, Vardenfell is really quite a beautiful map. I'm going to come over here. This is a house right there, but we're not going to go into the house. We're just going to come over and stand close to it. I'm going past those nicks. Oh, I hope they don't attack me. Don't attack me. Oh, good. It didn't. Let's come down here. We're going to stand at the water's edge. Anything that way? Nothing. Anything this way to kill me? Nothing. Oh, there's a nix up there. Let's swim out to this. I think we're safe here. And this is the Maya Lake Lodge housing, which we're not going to go into. We're just going to stand. Maybe we'll go up onto the balcony and look out and see how beautiful things are. Oh, there's a crow. Not a pretty view. Okay. All right, so let's continue. Our next... Okay, and it is... I'm sorry. Okay, now we're going to go to lesson number 15. By Vivec, or sermon, I should say. These were the days of Resdania, when Chimer and Dwemer lived under the wise and benevolent rule of the Almwelsivi, and their champion, the Hortator. When the gods of Loth would retreat unto their own, to mold the cosmos and other matters, the Hortator would at times become confused. Vivec would always be there to advise him, and this is the third of the 3 lessons of the ruling kings. The ruling king will remove me, his maker. This is the way of all children. His greatest enemy is the Sharmat, who is the false dreamer. You or he is the shingle, Hortator. Beware the wrong walking path. Beware the crime of benevolence. Behold him by his words. I am the Sharmat. I am older than music. What I bring is light. What I bring is a star. What I bring is an ancient sea. When you sleep, you see me dancing at the core. It is not a Blythe. It is my house. I put a star into the world's mouth to murder it. Tear down the pylons, my blind fish. Swim in the new phlogiston. Tear down the pylons, my deaf moons. Sing and burn and orbit me. I am older than music. What I bring is light. What I bring is a star. What I bring is an ancient sea. You alone, though you come again and again, and cannot unmake him, whether I allow it is within my wisdom. Go unarmed into his den with these words of power. E gartok padhomi chim, e altadun, or do not. The temporal math is a man. Reach heaven by violence. This magic I give to you. The world you will rule is only an intermittent hope, and you must be the letter written in uncertainty. And the ending of the words is Alm Savi. Gosh. So that's the third lesson or sermon for the ruling kings. Do you remember the other two, I wonder? They've been really interesting. I might pull out those three, and at the very end of all the sermon reading, I might read those three again as the closure to the 36 lessons of Vivec, because I really feel, in my personal opinion, that guild masters should hearken onto them, because in essence, for those guild masters who take the RPG of our game seriously, it allows for some fun RPG, some fun role playing. And why not? Why not, right? Oh, look, let's take that drink. Go, 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 go. Because think about it. Why only be a sweaty player? Some of you are just so sweaty that it embarrasses me sometimes. And you should have fun in this game. Let your imagination come out to play. Did you know imagination is a sign of the authentic soul, the person? It's who we really are. Let's go into this fishing lodge. We will have a seat in here and warm ourselves by. Did you see this? The 36 lessons, sermon 26. I just got it right here. Oh my God, how exciting. But I already had it. Okay. Well, that was still pretty fun. Maybe there's more in here. Not really. But how cool was that to come in here and get a lesson of Vivec's. Ooh, let's take these fish. All right, I'm going to have a seat here, and we're going to read what number is it? Oops. We're going to read number... I want to look... Oh, I got to stand. Let's look at the fire. Warm yourself by the fire. Do you know, I know it's summer, it's really hot in a lot of places, but winter is on its way. You know that, right? This is Sermon 16 by Vivec. You know what? I wonder if I have this one. Let me look in my lore library. I do have some of them. I just don't have all of them. And sometimes it's fun to see what I'm reading, isn't it? More library. Let's see. I should have opened this earlier, but I didn't. I've kind of gotten so lazy. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh no. What am I at? Am I on 18? I could have read 13 and 14 from this. I'm on 16. Okay, so I'll come back to this when I'm on 18. All right. Let's look at the fireplace again. Okay. All right. Here we go, my friends. Thank you for tuning in. And I want to just thank all of you who tuned in and also have viewed the rerun of yesterday's housing episode. God, I can't talk today. Stream, which was There's No Place Like Home. That really... That's so cool. Where are you guys coming from? And thank you, followers, for the new followers. Thank you so much for following my stream. Right now, I think I'm at 1,500 followers. So that's really cool. I'm achieving my goal, or I achieved my goal to get up to that level. So I've set my next goal, of course, to get to 1,600 followers. Ideally, I want to get up to 2,000, right? But I'll do it 100 at a time or whatever. All right, here we go. Sermon 16 by Vivec. The Hortator wandered through the morning hold, wrestling with the lessons he had learned. They were slippery in his mind. He could not always keep the words straight and knew that this was a danger. He wandered to find Vivec, his lord and master, the glory of the image of Veloth, and found him, of all places, in the temple of false thinking. There, clockwork shears were taking off Vivec's hair. A beggar king had brought his loom and was making of the hair an incomplete map of adulthood and death. Nerevar said, "Why are you doing this, my lord?" And Vivec said, "To make room for the fire." And the Hortator could see that Vivec was out of sorts, though not because of the impending new power to come. The Golden Warrior poet had been exercising his water face as well, learned from the Drays before he was born. Nerevar said, "Is this to keep you from the fire?" Vivec replied, "It is so that I may see with truth. It and my place here at the altar of Padhome in the house of false thinking serve so that I may see beyond my own secrets. The water face cannot lie. It comes from the ocean, which is too busy to think, much less lie. Moving waters resembles truth by its trembling." Nerevar said, "I am afraid to become slipshod in my thinking." Vivec replied, "Reach heaven by violence then." So to quiet his mind, the Hortator chose from the 5 racks an axe. He named it and moved on it to the first moon. There, Nerevar was greeted by the Parliament of Craters, who knew him by title and resented his presence, for he was to be a ruling king of Earth, and this was the lunar realm. They shifted around him in a pattern of entrapment. "The moon does not recognize crowns or scepters," they said, "nor the representatives of kingdoms below, lion or serpent or mathematician. We are the graves of those that have migrated and become ancient countries. We seek no queens or thrones. Your appearance is decidedly solar, which is to say, a library of stolen ideas. We are neither tear nor sorrow. Our revolution succeeded in the manner that was written. You are the Hortator and unwelcome here." And so Nerevar carved at the grave ghosts until he was out of breath and their parliament could make no new laws. He said, "I am not of the slaves that perish. Of the members of Parliament, only a few survived the Hortator's attack. A surviving crater said, "Appropriation is nothing new. Everything happens of itself. This motif is by no means unassociated with hero myths. You have not acted with the creative impulse. You fall below the weight of destiny. We are graves, but not coffins. Know the difference. You have only dug more and supplied no ghost to reside within. Central to your claim is the predominance of frail events. To be judged by the earth is to sit on a throne of wonder. Why? Damage us more, and you will find naught but the absence of our dead." The ending of the words is Alm Sabi. Wow. That's an interesting tell. And I think it's kind of synchronistic that I was drawn to come into this house and put my camera on this cooking fire. You know, when we trust even the flow of even the flow of roleplay in this game, it's amazing the synchronicities that can occur. You know, I'm a firm believer that there is no such thing as coincidence, but everything happens for a reason. And when you tune in, you transcend the mundane. You know what I mean? And we're reading all these lessons of Vivec, the 36 lessons of Vivec. Now, I have a question that I'm going to throw out there, and I want you to think about it. Because I'm reading the lore, or basically the mythology of Elderscrolls Online. And all myth is based on in history, historically, or historical evidence in the world, based on real life experiences, and then the retelling of the real life experience, which forms the myth, right? Because once it gets told, then it gets retold and retold. That's what the bards of old did. It was, you know, ear to mouth. It was an oral tradition. And I think when we get into the lore here, we're dipping back into a bit of an oral tradition. And it's very cool to watch Tamriel come alive, and all of a sudden, even the lore, by reading the lore, an essence of Elder Scrolls Online kind of percolates and bubbles up and comes to life. And I think that's very cool. Yes, I will be the first to admit that I believe in fantasy. I believe in supernatural. I believe in the unseen. I believe that things can and do happen, and that everything that is in life on any level has an important place in your life, in your journey, on the path you're walking. Am I crazy? Well, some say I am insane, but what can I say to you? I just have fun. All right, let's take a swim and go over to the other side, shall we? We still have a few. Oh no, there's going to be a troll over here. I hope I don't have to fight this river troll, because I'm coming up right at his location. If I have to fight him, I'll just fight him, and then we'll continue. Because didn't Vivec say violence takes you to heaven? I would believe that's kind of true. Look at all of the Nordic, right? Valhalla, die as a warrior in battle. So there you have it. I guess I'm going to go to heaven. Where else should we go? Let me look. Let me see what we're near. What is this? It's a mine. We can go over by this mine, maybe. It's just right over here. Oops, I don't want to go there. I'm enjoying traveling about this map that I'm reading to. I really am. I don't want to go up there. There's a bunch of enemies, and this isn't about fighting. This is about storytelling. All right, let me hop on my horse and just ride over up to that, between that opening right there. And we'll see what kind of panoramic view is going to open up. Oh, there's all kinds of cliff divers. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Oh God, here we go. These Nixes. Go away, Nix. Cliff Strider. Well, if I sit on this side, it's probably not going to bother me. What do you think? Look at that. How cool is that landscape? All right, here we go. Let's continue on with Sermon 17 by Vivec. I am an atlas of smoke. With this, Vivec became greater than he had been. These were the days of Restania, when Chimer and Dwemer lived under the wise and benevolent rule of the Almsevi and their champion, the Hortator. Seek me without effort, for I take many shapes. The Hortator was still listening to subdue the heavens with an axe. He was thrown out of the library of the sun by the power of Magnus, and Vivec found him in a grub field outside of the swamps of the Deshane plain. They walked for a span in silence, for Nerevar had been humbled, and Vivec still had mercy in his hand. Soon they were walking across the eastern sea to the land of snakes and snow demons, and Vivec wanted to show the Hortator the fighting styles of foreign tongues. They learned the idiom stroke from the pillow book of the Tasaki king. It is shaped like the inside of this page. The Tasaki serpents vowed to have their vengeance on the west at least 3 times. They walked farther and saw the spiked waters at the edge of the map. Here the spirit of limitation gifted them with the spoke and blade them, and bade them find the rest of the wheel. The Hortator said, "The edge of the world is made of swords." And Vivec corrected him, "They are the bottom row of the world's teeth." They walked to the north, to the elder wood, and found nothing but frozen bearded kings. They came to the west, where the black men dwelt. For a year they studied under their sword saints, and then for another Vivec taught them the virtue of the little reward. Vivec chose a king for a wife, and made another race of monsters, which ended up destroying the West completely. To a warrior chief, Vivec said, "We must not act and speak as if asleep." Nervar wondered if there was anything to learn in the south, but Vivec remained silent and only led them back to Red Mountain. "Here," Vivec said, "is the last of the last. Within it is the Sharmat waits." But they both knew that the time was not ready to contest the Sharmat, and so they engaged in combat with each other. Vivec marked the Hortator in this way for all of the Velathe to see. He sealed the wound with the blessings of Ayim Azura, and at the end of the battle, the Hortator found that he had gathered 7 more spokes. He attempted to attach them and form a staff, but Vivec would not let him, saying, "It is not the time for that." Nerevar said, "Where did I find these?" And Vivec said that they had collected them from around the world, though some had come invisibly. "I am the wheel," he said, and took that shape. And before the emptiness at the center could live too long, Nerevar put in the spokes. And the ending of the words is Aum Sabi. So that's kind of cool. He brought in a really important symbol, which is the wheel of 8 spokes. And you know, that is an ancient symbol. It's an ancient pagan symbol called the Wheel of the Year. And on it are the 8 energy points, the seasonal turnings of the year. And I'm going to share with you, because we're looking at myth, what those 8 turning point energy points are, and the dates that they will occur. And this is true throughout all the countries and lands, locations of our world. So this applies to the world of humans rather than this fantasy world that we're running in. But the Wheel of the Year belongs to us as well, and it's a very important one. So here about it. The Wheel of the Year is the 8-spoked wheel with the sacred center in the very middle. It begins at winter's beginning, the time of the little sun, which is autumn. Oh, I'm sorry, which is not autumn, it's the ending, the closing of autumn at Samhain. And Samhain occurs October 31st and opens up on the day of November 1st. That's when the wheel actually turns, and it's the new year energy. That's the first spoke. And the second spoke moves to winter solstice, which is mid-winter, not the beginning of winter, but mid-winter. And that is the shortest day of the year, the longest night of the year. And that's somewhere between December 20th and the 22nd. Usually it falls around the 21st, but it will vary based on leap year, which happens, every 4 years. Okay, then the wheel turns and we come to spring, and we're still in the time of the little sun. Time of the little sun is winter and spring. It's the dark half of the year. Spring occurs at what's called Imbolg, February 1st. And when the day on February 2nd comes, that's when we officially move into the season of spring. And the the spring vernal equinox, which happens March, and again between March 20th and 22nd, depending on leap year, we arrive in the middle of spring. It's the midpoint of spring. It's when day and night are equal in length, 12 hours of daylight, 12 hours of moonlight. And then the 5th spoke on the wheel, we shift into the time of the big sun. And that occurs on Beltane, which is May 1st. Labalchana May Day, May 1st. And summer occurs. And then we move to June 20th through the 22nd at the time of midsummer. And that's the middle of summer, not the beginning of summer. It's the middle of summer. And then the wheel turns and brings us to the first harvest, Lammas, on August 1st, when we enter into the season of autumn, still in the time of the big sun. And the final turning of the wheel for the wheel of the year then occurs in September between the 20th and the 22nd, again depending on leap year, is the autumnal equinox, mid-autumn. And again, there's the balance point. Day and night are equal in length. And then, of course, the wheel of the year will complete its turning and take us back into a new cycle at Samhain, October 31st, where summer, Samhain means summer's end. And we begin the dark half of the year, the time of the little sun. It's really fascinating when you get into the rhythm of Earth and begin to really feel that cadence of life. I didn't expect to share about the wheel of the year, but it's so apropos. I got to share something else with you, if I may. It's so apropos because I am currently, I'm actually currently doing some creative work that's completely dialed in to the wheel of the year and the eight seasonal energy shifts. Look at my little gerboa. Tell me that's not just the cutest little thing. Hello, little gerboa. Aren't you just the little cutie pie? The little cutie pie that you are. Let's see if it'll follow me if I walk and what it does, how it runs. Oh, there it comes. Oh my God, it ran off the bridge. Let's get on the land over here and see it. That's how I'm going to end today, with this little gerboa, because he's so dang cute. Hi, cutie pie. Anyways. All right, my friends. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you liked my green skin today. And I hope you liked my new armor and my new staff. Beautiful. I'll see you next week. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being here. I forget to look at chat to see if anybody has chatted anything. I don't think so, but I'm going to look. Oh, yeah. Hello. Hi. Anyways, thank you for being here. And until next week, take care. Bye-bye.